Hello, and actually, hold on. Let me get this going first. Oh man. Hello and welcome to Kakistocracy. My name is Chris Adams. I am here with Joseph P. Larkin, and how are you doing today?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm okay. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing better than some people I fucked with this week. That's for fucking sure. I want to go. I am so tempted to talk about this topic that's near and dear to my heart when shit posting goes wrong, where you think you're just joking around with like five of your Facebook comedy friends, and then over 300,000 people see it, including your victim's mother. So
Oh
I
man.
I don't know how to feel right now. I feel
Mm-hmm.
great, but also super guilty. I mean, whatever. Fuck that guy. Like his mother doesn't already know what a worthless piece of shit he is. She knows
Right.
better than I do. She liked the post. Hey, mom, that's a situation where you might want to put an angry react or a crying face. You don't want to say you like it.
Just to save face.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's kind of like I've noticed that leftists do this a lot, where if they don't like your opinion, instead of debating it, they just put a ha ha react on it. It's
Mm.
like fuck, dude. Thanks for destabilizing any conversation we could have had in the future. It's done, dude. I know you're worthless and a waste of my time. Like fuck,
Right.
dude. Ha ha. And they loved it. Like whenever they do that shit, I always comment. I like, don't ever tag me again, you sick fuck. Like, because if I'm complaining about the homeless problem in my neighborhood and one of my neighbors puts a ha ha react on it, dude, fuck you, bitch. You want to live in this shit? This is a joke to you? That's what I would say. This is a joke to you that we live in a dystopian nightmare? What are you laughing at? But
Right.
liberals are crazy like that. They're so indoctrinated into their cult. They literally think it's funny that you suffer
Well,
because they assume you're a Republican, so you deserve to suffer. I don't
but
fucking vote, assholes.
don't they but they suffer too, and I don't know, it's weird they don't even connect the
they
dots, I
they
suppose.
they suffer in a Christ-like manner where they feel that the suffering is justified because they're defeating the racists by
Mm.
importing all these equal, like way more racist people into the country to annoy and bother the people in the country that they believe are racist. It's fucking insanity when you think about it. Like, you're right, Chris. Like, they're hurting themselves just as much as they hurt anyone else. It's crazy
Mm-hmm.
fucking behavior.
It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face.
It's 100% what it is. The wrong nose is being cut off. Wink, wink. Okay, guys? You want to spite the face, cut off a different, much more bulbous, crooked nose, if you catch my meaning. Yeah, I gotta say the people in Belfast are burning the wrong cars. You paid for those cars, Irishmen. You need to go burn the cars of the Jews who brought the Muslims into your fucking country in the first place. What do you think? Some guy with 70 IQ just decided he'd jump on a plane and somehow had the money to buy a fucking ticket to come here?
Mm.
They really are some cruel motherfuckers. You're taking a guy that is basically a retard and telling him to come and work and come and work and try to survive in the most difficult, expensive country in the world. They were
Right.
like, because they started out importing them into New York City and LA, the hardest towns in the entire country to survive in. They were
Right.
fucking. Yeah, I hope people understand this. Like, as much as Americans are getting fucked with, they're fucking with these Middle Easterners too. Do you understand that? That's the whole point of the wars, is to destabilize their fucking countries so that they can come over here and be embarrassed and humiliated every fucking day. Every time they go outside, they see white people and locals staring at them and frowning. Imagine that's your fucking reality, dude. That's not
Mm.
cool. That ain't right.
Yeah. I've been struggling to find a jump off point to introduce who we're about to have on today. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be an awkward
Okay. Yeah, he's here.
not yet. He'll be in like a second. But
Okay.
I feel like I should play this before he gets here because I'm sure this will embarrass him.
Yeah, he doesn't
But
want to watch it, right? He doesn't want to watch
no,
himself.
no, he's not like that. But we're gonna have Dino Archie on today, and he's one of my oldest friends from way back in the day. But anyway, he made a special.
There we go. I like that
Great
picture
joke.
too. Dude, I don't hear any sound. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm just gonna respond to the pictures.
well, maybe you can't hear it. It's odd that you can't hear it, but so oh, sweet. Well, speak of the devil.
Yo,
Hello.
hey, sorry guys, sorry about
No,
that.
it's all
No, perfect
good.
timing. Perfect
We,
time. We
we're
just started the trailer.
Yeah, we just
Oh,
showed the
I've been
trailer
in.
real quick for the special that came
Okay,
out.
for who special?
Your
Yours.
special,
Oh, that's like I don't know what you're talking about. There's no
the
special.
beautiful burden one.
Yeah. Well, I put it out for like a month with this other channel,
Mm,
and the reviews were good, but no one watched it.
mm,
So
that's yeah.
but I mean
That's
it's I'm fine with that. So I took it back off, so I'm gonna put it back up. But that was our arrangement. Put it up for a month,
right, right.
see what happens, get it to a different audience, and then now I just have it, and I like having it, so it's not out. Like I
Oh,
have it back again.
damn. Then I feel bad that I played it, but I would play a little bit of the trailer, not too much.
No.
But
That's perfect because now if somebody's interested, then then they could let me know. But I have it
yeah,
in the
yeah,
vault like the Wu-Tang record or something.
yeah,
Yeah, hell yeah.
You
You
know what
should
I mean?
sell it
yeah,
Like
to a
fuck it.
crazy millionaire.
yeah.
Yeah, I want some Israeli dude like Jared
Yeah.
Kushner to buy it. So
And
for
only
20.
he watches it. Because the
I,
other guy bought the Wu-Tang Clan and didn't release it. He's
oh
Hmm.
the only
yeah,
guy
yeah,
that
yeah.
watched that listened to it. What a dickhead.
That guy's dope for that. Yeah, that guy, that guy's petty. I want Gwyneth Paltrow to fucking buy it. That slut. I want that
Goop.
slut to buy it.
Goop.
Yeah, I want because if not a lot of people gonna watch, like that's cool though. I'm still great. I'm still appreciative when people watch. Take their time to pay attention to whatever we put out anyway, or whatever I put out. But also, yeah, you kind of the point of having it out there, accessible. It's like this. It's like I never did those dating apps. I did it for like a week, but I was like, this shit is lame because your face is up there. Like, just choose me. Like you're just so available. Like they'll even you could even find someone else and then keep it up as a backup, and it's just like, yeah, it's just so yeah, so choose me, anytime you guys are ready, you could look. I don't like that feeling, so I took it back because I like the work, man. It's kind of more personal,
Hmm.
about being the dad and stuff. So I'm like, I don't need to force that. If you don't want to watch it, I don't give a fuck. I'll keep it for the family archives.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love the story that you did on that, where you talked about how you got your name.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
That was funny, man, because this whole time I thought that my dad named me after the Flintstones, so because my dad
Dino.
wasn't dead or nothing, but he just wasn't around like that. So I would hear through other people legends of him and shit that he did. Like he had a street name, Terrible T. He like yeah, he was a terrible guy. Like he was with this, he was like that, but he was when I was born, they were married. It was a family, he was a family guy. So anyways, he apparently I thought they said, oh, he was high and he named you Dino. He thought that was cool. So I asked him, I said, how'd you choose Dino? And he said, he was at the Earth, Wind and Fire concert. Yeah, it's in the bit. Yeah, he was at
Yeah,
the Earth,
yeah.
Wind and Fire concert in the Bay in like late 70s. And so you know it was lit. And he was like a bodybuilder. So he had a white John Travolta suit. So he got jumped there because some dude's sister liked his homeboy. So, and it wasn't gangs back then, it was like families were
Mm,
gangs, like so every family had like 12 kids because it was like gangs of Oak of the Bay. So it was
right.
old school. So he was the oldest, Archie. So he had to, anytime someone stepped to him, he was like, if I lose, they'll punk all my little brothers.
Mm,
It'll go downhill. So he didn't back down from no fight. So they tried to jump him, dirtied up his white suit. And then he went crazy on him, man. Went taken like Liam Neeson, just found him one by one. I don't want to speak on all that, but anyways, one of the dude's name was Dino Gomez. So he beat him up, then took his name and gave it to me. That's that was my origin story, is being named after my dad's enemy. So I said that's crazy. It all makes sense. Then it all started making sense why my algorithm is so treacherous and so diabolical, and everybody, is the low road stuff. That was when low road was born. So I felt like a low life Superman, back finding out your history. Yeah,
Yeah. That's cool though. Yeah, I wish I had a cool story for my name. It's just I don't know where it came from.
Well,
My last
your parents
what
were living that life though.
yeah. But when I got my name, my last name, I mean, it came from my stepdad, who was the most stable person.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas, like, I never met my real father, so I don't know. He's probably somewhere in Santa Ana right now, just
Dude, he might
chilling.
be
Yeah.
Dino. He might be Dino's dad's enemy, Dino.
Dude, that would be a great story. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Let's just say it
There,
happened that way.
yeah, yeah.
What's the full circle is my dad is I'm in Vancouver, so I live in Vancouver. So my dad he hasn't met my son yet. So he's I said, come visit. So he's coming his birthday weekend, and Earth, Wind and Fire is out here. So I got us tickets to the
Yeah, that's
concert.
awesome.
But
That's
would
so
be
fucking
hella funny
cool.
if Dino Gomez and his son was there too,
Yes.
and then I had to fight the son. That's
Like Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo, dude.
that would be crazy. I have to fight somebody that you not even mad at after 40.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I'm like, you won in this fight, man. I don't want to fight this dude. Yeah. Avenging your father is one thing, but if they won, then also you got to just, I don't know, man.
Dude, now you're the bully. You're the bad
Yeah.
guy in this scenario. You're
I'm
terrible.
like, yeah, we're the bad guys. Our family's bad.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Dino? You said you live
Yeah.
in Vancouver. What's it like to live in Vancouver? Because when I visited, I saw the worst drug trafficking I've ever seen in my life in one of their main streets in downtown.
Yeah,
Is it
man.
scary there?
No, it's not. That's what's cool about it. The dope fiends have integrated into culture down there. So, they'll walk by you doing that shit, and you just, what's up, man? They never bump into you. It flows. That's been that way since I guess the the 90s or something. So
Yeah.
East Hastings is like the tenderloin in San Francisco. Like some areas are just gonna be bad,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
in a capitalist society, if I may get into that. I don't know capitalist I don't know how none of that works, but I know that there's some people who have money and some people who don't, but these people have a drug addiction. So out
Mm-hmm.
here, it's not so much they need to live inside and that will solve everything. Because they have, over COVID, they turned the hotels into trap houses. They
Mm-hmm.
hijacked and then they go get from outside, come inside, and then all they did was light fires inside and turn the fuck up, and then like to where the ambulance is going there 500 times a day, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just like giving a kid, when your parents left for out of town, if they just gave you, instead of $20, they was like, yo, Here's the platinum card, man. Here's my cocaine connect. If you guys go, if you want to have a real good time, I know some hoes,
Yeah.
some hoes selling ass over there. You get into the pimping. You're an adult, so you can do what the fuck you want to do with your life. But here, if you're a drug addict, it's almost kind of sweet because they give you drugs, give you a place to live, if from that perspective. But then from the human perspective, it looks it doesn't look, healthy. It doesn't look like, it looks like zombie land. So yeah, yes, it's a wild dynamic. And I really don't try to judge them. I just judge them fairly instead of going like, oh, like what is what does that mean? Like you see a grown man who lives outside, you go, oh, that guy should what? The dude came up to us and he was kind of fly, he was kind of jiggy, because outside people, it's like people don't know, they don't know that world has just as many layers as inside people world, if not more. If not more, because you're outside, and the guy was like, "Yo, you guys is fresh, man. Yeah." And then he goes, "Man, listen, man, I've been living out here for 7 years," and I almost said, "Congrats," because that's good, solid residency. You ain't paid bills in 7 years. You don't look that bad. You know, I'm the one. I'm living inside. And to keep what I got to do to keep living inside, the stress it takes to still be able to live inside every month. Yeah. And then he was like, "Man, could take me grocery shopping." I was like, you should take me. I've been paying bills for 12. I've been paying rent forever, man. I need someone to take me grocery shopping. So
I love that. I love
it's
that.
true. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say,
sorry,
well, when a homeless person asks me for money, I say, "Look at how I'm dressed. Do you think I have fucking money to give you? Like, look at my fucking shoes, dude. I need new shoes." Yeah, I was gonna ask you for help.
Dude, they don't understand. We're all with the
We're all
straight
struggling.
clothes. We're all struggling, man. Like
Yeah.
that. I told the dude, I go, "Man, if the straight was open, then maybe I have a little bit of wiggle room. I owe the government. I owe the government money, man. Like, are you crazy? It's I don't. If I had it, I give it. But some lady was like, "You got this, you got that." I said, "I don't have none of that stuff." She goes, "Do you got a lighter?" And then I was like, "Man, actually, I had a joint." I go, "I need a lighter." So if you find one, I said, "If you find one, let me know. And let me know where they're giving money out." Cause fuck, man, like it was nice though. I was sitting outside of a place and especially how I dress too. Like I dress like I could be outside too. I'm outside a lot, so they go, "Oh, is this guy not necessarily part of the community, or is he with the streets? Is he?" And the dude sat down next to me and he was like, "Hey, man, they're giving out sandwiches on Saturday." I said, "Where, man?" He was like, "On Main Street at 12 o'clock." I was like, "Thanks," and then he did it. So yeah. So it's a fine line, but yeah, it's definitely, if you've never been there, or if your idea of Vancouver, I like it, man. I like seeing people get introduced to that, feels like how they described New York back in the day, like Hell's Kitchen, but with it's like there's comedy clubs, man. That's the one that I it's like a comedy home for me. There's two, they're right across the street too. So Vancouver's dope because it has an actual downtown that you could do stuff in, not like LA. LA's downtown is dangerous.
Yeah, you want to go. Yeah, you want to be there past 8.
Dude, I'm scared.
Dude, are you kidding? That's dark. I don't want to be out there
yeah.
after it's fucking dark, dude. It's like, I mean, I hate to use the obvious joke, but it's like the Michael Jackson Thriller video after fucking 5:30 at night in LA.
But it's
The freaks come out in the early evening.
Yeah. I got this joke about how the moon is fake, and because it comes out in the daytime. Like, have you ever seen the moon when it's like the moon like always got off coke and it's like, "Yo, what's up? What's everybody doing?" "Oh, it's tour. Can I stick around here?" You're like, "Why are you here in the daytime?" But yeah, the moon is totally a friend to the outside person at night, and a foe, because it's scary. It's like, you know, but that's the cost of living outside. That's why we live inside, because you have a key and you lock the door and you're
Mm-hmm.
just, why would, if the weather was nice all the time, why wouldn't you camp and be camping all the time, save the money? But
Mm.
it's like you got all this shit behind you. That looks like cool shit. If you were outside, you're not,
It'd be gone.
what you have to do to keep all that? No,
Dude,
you
I
have to
know. I'd
live
have to
this.
be killing people. You'd have because there's a hierarchy in the homeless community. I know I'd be at the very fucking bottom. I'm the guy that they shake. You take my EBT card. God damn it. You know what I mean? You took my free phone. I swear I know I'd be bullied like constantly because I had a friend who was homeless because he was a comic, so obviously he was homeless, and he
Mhm.
got bullied. People would steal his shit, and I was like, man, if you weren't a drug addict, you'd come live in my garage or something. But man,
Yeah, then you end up outside. He be taking your shit. All that
that's
good, yeah,
exactly
good.
right. He would
Yeah,
trade in
always
all
trying to,
these CDs to the UCD store. Absolutely, dude. By
man.
the
I
way,
think
Chris is streaming from prison. I wanted to. He's in lockup right now. He's like, let me try to find the least interesting background possible. Is it possible to do this?
you know, I was gonna do the same thing, man, but the lighting and the seating situation, this was the best. So I'm in my kids, nursery in this nursery room.
Right.
I got a crib over here,
Oh
so
shit, you are. I thought you had bars on the door back there. I was like, oh, that's just a
I got a
shoe
little jail.
holder.
Yeah, this is a jail cell, little Carmelo Anthony. Don't joke about that. No, everyone, no one's joking about it yet. And I was like, man, I just want to joke. That's how, like twisted I like, how desensitized.
Right.
And I don't trust nobody, man. I saw, talking about like, yeah, if you let your buddy in to your house, like, that seems like a good deed or whatever, but that could be a big mistake. And I
Mhm.
Oh
saw that
hell
this
yeah.
lady broke down, like an older lady, and she had her hood up. And back in the day, I would stop out and jump someone's car, and she was even looking like she needed help. And I was like, nah, I'm not falling for the old lady dead car bit.
Mhm. That's sad because it's true, man. You can't help anybody
Yeah.
because they might be having a fucking shank or whatever, ready to fucking stab you.
Right.
That sucks. You can't even help anyone nowadays. Like, what's going on in our society? This sucks.
It does. It does, man. And I'm like, it don't matter what color, creed. Everybody's could be a lunatic. Anyone, no one, man. Old lady, like, yeah, handy wheelchair person. That doesn't mean anything to me. That doesn't
Mhm.
mean you're a good
Dude,
guy or whatever.
dude,
I
that
don't
wheelchair
trust.
has a lot of places to hide shanks.
That's what I was fucking thinking. You can sit on the gun and you just pretend that you don't walk.
Yeah,
Stand up.
Mhm.
that's it.
Ha,
If I was a
motherfucker, I
hit,
gotcha.
dude, I be thinking about that. Like if I was a hitman, how many different angles I would
Yes.
take. Yeah, that would be the
Yeah.
funnest part of being able to you get to become a bus driver for like a week. Like
Yeah.
they get to
I
like
wonder what I look
do
like with a mustache. Now I know.
it's a lonely life, but it's not much further than being a comic, you
Mhm.
know. Yeah,
We
yeah.
kill.
We kill or we die. We
Yeah.
die or we kill, man, every night. That's it.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah. That's well, yeah, cuz another okay, so I have to deal with the homeless. I take the train everywhere and I get to deal with them all the time. But I think worst cuz they're whatever. They kind of do their own thing. As long as you leave them
Yeah,
alone, they'll leave you alone. They're not that bad. But
right.
the worst is those buskers that play guitar. That and it's this one guy that you know too, Joseph. That one white guy. He now has long hair. He's gotten older. His face is more leathery, but he just plays the same like
No new
Beatles song.
material.
No
No
new
new
material.
material.
Same Beatles song for the last 10 years. You got to hide your love away. I'm like, dude, I've heard this song. You want $1 for this?
Yeah.
You
He
want to?
moved here. I guarantee he moved here in the 90s when he was going to be in a hair metal band and it didn't pan out. You see
Yeah.
these
That's
fucking guys everywhere.
yeah. Well, yeah, I don't feel sorry for that guy, man, because Charles Manson, same
Mm-hmm.
thing. He didn't he was, oh, I'm cutting edge, man. and he started singing, and then they gave him a shot, and he froze up. He
Mm.
froze in the studio booth. You know how they go back in all those movies when it's like, hey man, you know, I got some place to be, man. Let's see if this guy, if he's got it. And he was trembling and fucking up the words. And then he was like, well, I'm gonna go the whole opposite way. He was the king of the outside guys. He started a whole outside cult full of
I like that you brought
young hoes.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, he's the king. He's 5'2" and was surrounded by beautiful women. He's the king.
Doing his
this guy must have
outside doing his
dude. Yeah, he must have been the coolest guy in the world. And then he got all these hippie babes to murder for him. Okay, I can't get them to have an abortion. Abort my child already. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I was like a step too far.
No, far. Well, we're talking about Charles Manson, so but so I'm not pulling back on there, but to get us back to Chris's story, it's like, yeah, that guy do a new song, man. You had, and the same to comics. You got to say it to yourself, man. To anybody, it's like, yeah, you keep coming to town with the same old snake oil. Nobody's buying that, man. You got to change your snake oil up, Jay. And that's being up here. I do the circuit, and if I'm doing a place twice a year or something, it's like it's only right that I have at least a majority of new stuff. Mm-hmm. Like maybe I'm working on a bit, because sometimes I'll do a bit and put it on a special that I like came up with that day, and then it's like, oh, it needs some more work, so then I'll keep doing it as part of a new thing. But yeah, man, you just so this fucking guy, like the nerve of this guy to not learn to learn another Beatles song. You don't gotta like do Jimi Hendrix, do one other. Yeah, like if you were putting on good entertainment for us, I do give buskers money when I can. Like when they're good. There's on our train when I switch trains, and our train is good too. It's when you're out of the city, in the city, it could get a little. It's mostly the buses that get wild, but that's in every city. But the buses are hell in
everywhere.
Everywhere, except maybe a small town or something.
Oh
yeah. Like, but even that could be hell, because I was in Winnipeg. I didn't even take the bus, but it was like, yeah, this is Canada and all that, but this is rough. This is bad, and it's the bus world. So train world. Ours is pretty clean, you know, and then there's somebody who busts and she's good. And I went to but they got the QR code, so I went to scan it, and then nothing came up. Now I got to act like I gave them money. I had to act like, and it was too much, and it was like, do you want to sign up for something? I was like,
no.
Nah, I just wanted to give you $5. Now you have like a newsletter or like some app that Palantir is getting your information now because of Square app, and you know, it's all sorts of shit, man. But you know, I hate a bad show, man. Wherever it's at. Yeah, those guys are. There was a guy when I lived in New York, and everyone knew those guys who go, you just mind your fucking business, and they go, ladies and gentlemen, I've been unemployed for, and as a duration of the time. And I was like, man, I've been out here for a year, man. You could have been found work, and this is your job. This is what you do. You're faithful to this. This is, if you take this consistency and gumption and apply it to some actual work, you're not afraid to talk to strangers who hate you,
right?
Who light you on fire in New York. So. I don't fucking know. What do I know?
Right.
Yeah,
but I
that was
gotta
a real common thing in Chicago.
Say it again.
I was gonna say that's a common thing in Chicago where they start their pitch right when you get on the train, and they stand right in front of the door, so you have to listen to it and avoid walking by them. They shame you. And there was one guy in particular I saw every day. He said he was blind, but I knew he wasn't fucking blind because I saw him every fucking day. You know what I mean? I saw this motherfucker never having a cane, never having fucking sunglasses on. Like, dude, do the bare minimum if you're gonna say you're blind. Put some fucking sunglasses on, man.
Yeah, and if you are blind and you found a way to do all this, you're gifted. You're
Yes,
next
get a
level that you
job.
can get up the
Yes.
you can't. I can't even figure out how to pay for a train ticket in another city because the
Yeah.
system's different, and you're like, man, you just look like an idiot. This guy's blind, just doing all this
Dude,
shit
how
and
did you
not
get on
getting
the L
robbed,
train? Yeah,
not
how do you
getting
get on the
robbed and
fucking
shit.
L train?
Yeah, you're a ninja, man. You know, yeah, you're crazy. Yeah, and that's no class too, man. There's no tag to be in front of the door. So that's like someone if you're in San Francisco or something, and if you went to the ATM, not you don't have to go there now, but and the bum is hanging by the ATM. That's like, dude, this is nasty. You're taking advantage
Mm-hmm.
of the area. You're supposed to, yeah, you can't shame somebody, and you can if you want, but that day is done, man. There's nobody has extra money or energy for that. You know,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
nope, sad day, man.
Well, yeah, I'm appreciative that they finally have QR codes because I'm like I never have cash anymore, so I
Okay.
can't give you anything. Even if I liked your music, I'd be like, some people cheer. They're like, "Yay!"
Right. Give it up. Yeah, giving it up. Yeah, if you can't give nothing, but a lot of they don't do a hard sell. That's why I like them. If they're good, they play and they don't shame you.
Hmm.
So those people someone was hitting the saxophone sweet. I said, yeah, yeah, this is and
Oh
he
yeah.
he was in a Spider-Man costume
Yeah, I love
doing
that.
saxophone. I was like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
love that shit.
he's
I think
cool. Yeah.
I think I've seen video of that guy in New York, right?
I don't know if it's the same guy, but this guy
Probably
was in
not.
Vancouver. Probably a different
Yeah.
multiverse. There's a gang of difference, but like he's probably the same dude.
There's
I'm sure.
one plays sax, the other plays trumpet. You get a whole band eventually if you just
That would be
go
funny.
around.
That would be really cool. But I want to say, man, thanks for having me on the pod. I like your guys'
Oh, of course.
podcast. Joseph, I don't think I ever met you, but I like what
Yeah, I don't
pops
think
up.
so.
Yeah, whatever pops up in my algorithm, man. You're always hating on something the right way, and I
Oh, good.
appreciate that. I say that as
Yeah,
a
I'm definitely a
compliment,
hate.
man.
No,
I
no,
say it as a
that's awesome.
compliment. Yeah, because everyone always is on these podcasts talking about, just glazing each other or glazing everything, and
Right.
but I like a honest, yeah, like this shit ain't. I don't see it like everyone else. So, and Chris too, man. Chris is. I was telling somebody how I met you, and I don't know if it's accurate, but I remember
Okay.
being outside of the Improv,
Mm. Hmm.
and I was drinking back then, and me and my buddies we would drink before we got to the venue, and so I'm
Right.
loose, and I was just a fan of comedy, but I'm riffing and shit outside or doing something, and then like I don't know if I was just annoying people or because I'll heckle. So back then I would heckle people on the outside, like which is
Nice.
really is fucking crazy because I remember seeing Michael Rappaport.
Hmm.
I was in college
Right.
and I went to Northridge and my buddy Edwin. I don't know if you remember Edwin. You remember Edwin? But he was buff dude. We ran the room out of
Lucky Strike.
the Lucky Strike. We ran
Yeah.
Lucky
Yeah.
Strike.
Yeah.
Edwin's like me, but
Oh,
just
you had
buffer.
that
And
round.
that
Hmm.
was yeah. I was the host, man, and I didn't even do comedy. I sold phones at AT&T, but my boy was like, "Dude, you're the funniest guy I know, man. You should host this thing." But we did. We love going to the store and going to the Improv
Hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, LA's great, man. Great comics out there. So I was a fan of comedy, or like not like, oh, I'm a fan of this guy, but it's like, oh man, where are people being funny at?
Yeah. Yeah.
And anyways, I'm at this. This is separate though. Michael Rappaport's at this club when it was like
Hmm.
the club scene, and I'm in like they won't let no one in, and Mike's like trying to throw his weight around. I'm like, Remy, let Remy in, and I'm screaming out characters from shows he was in. He's like, man, what's your fucking problem? I'm like, I just thought this was, I saw Dominique Wilkins. I was like, Freaky Nikki, what's up, baby? He's like, you don't know these people, but
No.
in my I'm thinking like that's how I was just like that. And so I'm not like that no more. I don't really talk to people at all during the day. So this is nice, man, talking to comics who stuff that I like. And anyways, I see you and I strike up a convo. You like, dude, you should do my room, or you should take this room over. It was crazy. Like, and then you gave me your room.
Yeah, at the
Uh
improv.
yeah. And
Wow,
I
you did
didn't.
that, Chris? That's amazing. This is the
Yeah.
only time I've ever heard a conversation between two comics where they did nice things for each other. This
Yeah.
is a revolutionary podcast.
Yeah, I was
So,
talking
no, wait,
shit
he
outside the
he
improv,
gave
and then he
listen,
goes,
he gave
Mhm.
you the room instead of stabbing you in the back. Is that what I hear? Is this the
yeah, it's
story
a true,
you're going
yeah,
with?
Yeah.
yeah, it's an actual good ending, a good story.
You
Yeah,
and Aristotle are theorists.
yep, yeah, me and
Yeah.
Oh, you were
Ari,
friends with him? Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
yeah,
God
we were,
damn,
yeah.
this is like a blast from the past.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that's where I got into, and then I got into the Long Beach scene and Johnny Gold.
Hmm.
Oh
He was on
man,
last week. Yeah.
that's the OG man. I always like Johnny. He's
Yeah.
cool and he's genuine and
Yeah.
funny.
Nobody
Yeah.
like him. Nobody
Yeah,
like
there's
Johnny.
nobody like him. Your whole crew down there was like that, man. It was like everybody
Yeah.
it was different than the LA scene, because LA scene is more people chasing,
Hmm.
or trying to be funny all the time. And then that Long Beach was just
Hmm.
like, y'all was chill. You didn't give a fuck about that. But you did comedy though. Every night you guys were like doing, trying to be funny, doing
Right.
different shit in like Springbok. Remember the
Oh my
restaurant?
god. Yeah. I, I I I banged a girl in the parking lot of that place. It was good.
Oh man,
Gross.
that's
Gross.
good
What's wrong
memories.
with you, Chris? There's no
Yeah.
what did this woman look like who hung out at the Springbok?
Well, I took her there, I
All
believe.
those girls they're
You sick
saints, man.
fuck.
If it was consensual, man, which I'm sure it was,
Yeah.
at the Springbok, you're not taking no pussy from the spring. You got to be
No,
a
no,
serial killer. You got to be
no.
a lunatic.
Wait, I think it was. I might be wrong, but I imported it. I didn't. I didn't. It wasn't. I didn't find her there. I met her like we were dating for a while, so it wasn't.
Okay, okay. It wasn't just like a raw up.
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
yeah.
Hey
Yeah,
babe,
that's
wanna come watch a comedy show at the Springbok? That's what you
hey,
did.
I would do loser shit like that. Yeah, but it's
Or in
like
the
you got
early
to,
days, yeah,
yeah,
because you
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know.
This is cool to us.
You didn't
We
Yeah,
know
was like,
exactly.
we was losers, man. But what a fun way to lose, because they're like those nights were fun, and yeah, you met how else you gonna meet people? Like
right.
I wouldn't go up to anybody just any for no reason at all. I would go up to no one for nothing. I don't talk to nobody, man. Like it's different, man. But back then it was cool because going all over LA for me, especially, and going to the different comedy scenes, that was what I like about LA the most, is it has, at least then, it has so many different scenes. Is it like that
Right.
still?
Now, I don't know as much. I know that the clubs are still there, and they're just kind of the same. But there used to be a valley scene. I think it's still going. I don't know. I don't live in the valley anymore.
There
It's
was
like
never really a big scene in the valley I mean, haha or something, but
Yeah.
I never knew. Like I lived out there and I didn't do a lot of comedy there. There's be a spot here or there on Ventura.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, Ventura, man. I remember in Pasadena, back then we really like going up, and it's like, oh, you could get 15 minutes in some the Shanghai or something. And then I remember
Yeah.
running to Sandy Danto. And he
Mm.
told me that. I said, "Oh man, where, man?" I drove to Pasadena. You go through the sushi spot, and in the back, it's a big ass theater, and all
Mm.
the old wrestlers were doing comedy, like Rowdy Piper, and all
Mhm.
these
Oh yeah.
wrestlers were up there doing their stories, figuring out how to get into this world, man. So yeah, those were some of the best memories, best
Yeah.
experience, and no, and people were in the crowd, and
Yeah.
there's
Mhm.
no reels and cameras, views and all of
No
that.
one's tattling on you when you fuck up.
No
Yeah.
one, yeah, no one's and you're not, just trying to say something stupid to get some fake shine. You're really just
Mm-hmm.
trying to be funny, man. I wish. I'm glad I don't have those sets, like, because now you got to record you got to record your stuff for
Yeah,
content, and it
it becomes
feels
a job.
It's
it
a
feels
total
dirty.
chore. Yeah, it feels
Yeah,
Yeah,
icky.
it
but
feels icky.
you have to do it
You
because everyone else is doing it, and you're like, okay, yeah,
Yeah, but it feels icky though, man, and people don't want to say that, but it
yeah,
does. No matter what, yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, but it's a smart thing to do because you could get some shine and hopefully asses in seats. I get the concept, but
right.
the
Well, what I
actual setting up and pressing, as soon as you press, bing, you hear the sound. It's like the molecules are different. Now you're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
like yeah, like
Yeah.
something's
It
different. Yeah,
loses
like
something.
it
something's
steals your
different, man.
soul.
It's your soul.
They were right. It's the camera steals your soul. That's not a real.
it's
That's not fake. It
it's your
does.
soul.
Yeah,
It's your soul, man. And yeah, you could cook and get a good, thing, and then it's like people even like, oh, that's gonna be a good clip. And you're just like, ugh, this whole thing. You like, lady, you might as well be like, ladies and gentlemen, it's sorry to bother you this afternoon. You the guy in the subway. You're the same
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
guy,
Yes.
man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly what you are.
We're
yeah.
We're blocking
we're
the door
You're blocking the door.
so no one can leave.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
so I,
that's what I felt like coming up because you're always in bar shows where people don't want you there, and
Mm-hmm.
the only good thing about that was it taught you how to grab an audience quick. And
yeah.
then like you were talking about Long Beach. Long Beach I liked because I had to do new stuff every night, so it taught me like how do I come up with something fast. You know,
Yeah,
like
man. That's big. That's an important skill and mindset. And it's easy to, especially if you start doing good with whatever you're doing, it's easy to
fall
chase the
back on it.
feeling of going, oh,
Yeah.
I want the crowd to like me tonight, and I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
take that risk. And then you
Yeah.
do the same thing that, Gary, that's snake oil. That's
Mm.
that's sometimes you do, there's scenarios you have to do that, or it's the smart thing to do because the
Yeah. If you're
people deserve jokes that are
I don't,
funny.
if it's a
Yeah.
paid show, I'm gonna do what works. But if it's just like a open mic, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah, and then when you get to when you're really doing it right is when you're doing both, when you're getting
Mm-hmm.
paid to do what you want and what you want to do is funny,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just, and then yeah, maybe one of the things, it's not like in a full hour or 45 minutes, every word has to be funny. It's,
No.
but it's like, yeah, are people walking out of here, feeling on a different vibration,
Right.
better than they came in,
Well,
you
it's
know?
like a good movie and stuff. There's like a build, and then there's a plateau, and there's like a build, and it's like it's
Yeah,
always going up, but it's never going up. It's not like you don't have to hit them and just go straight up. There's like momentum with how you
yeah.
do the set, you know. But
It's
that
it-
that
it's it's
that's
true because it's hard to listen to anybody for an hour. That's
hmm
damn near impossible. Like to fully give your attention to somebody for that long. So I like, even if they're really good, like try to watch someone you really like YouTube special, then like, and not, unless you're good at that, and not stop at some point and do something else
Mm-hmm.
and
right,
go back to it. So
right.
yeah, when I do a long set too, I don't like I don't like think that's better per se. I think being funnier in the short, being more impactful and funny in a short amount of time is cooler. That's
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
more than like that's why I still do 3 minutes. Sometimes I'll do the 3 minute open mic,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, and I'm not running the light.
Right.
I'll bump someone. I'll bump someone. So I don't want to wait to the end of the 3 minute mic. But I'll do 3 new minutes and live and die with it, man, and try to be funny right off top. And even if I got to make fun of the room or do something, I need to be funny. I can't do the long silence and then a big laugh at the end or something. It's like, yeah, the shorter. So if you spread it over time, though, I like to almost give people a break, man. I like that intermission, man. And other places when I do my bigger shows, like I'll bring a few comics. I'll host, do 30 off top, and then bring people up, and then intermission, and then people
Mm-hmm.
could come back and so when I'm talking for a long time, if someone gets up, I don't give a shit, man. I don't even
Yeah.
care if people are talking now when I do
Mm.
comedy. I'm just like, unless you fully, most of the time they're discussing what I said,
Right.
which so I run a loose ship. I run a loose ship, man. And then you could listen now if I'm cooking and really saying something, then you're gonna listen.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it. Yeah.
Yeah, the job is on us to entertain, not the other way around. So that's the one thing I don't like about um, you don't do it, but other people do it. Like the crowd work clips, they feel the same after a while. Like you see
Yeah.
them and you're like, oh, okay, I get what they're gonna do because it's the same formula.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, the crowd snake oil, the snake oil.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and that's good snake oil, man, because people, and I'm not saying that like I don't practice it too if I'm in a jam or
no,
you
everybody
need
does it a
to,
little bit.
everyone does it. It's so I guess yeah, it's a whole genre. It's a popular genre, and you see that it looks like it's rewarding, like the
Mm-hmm.
algorithm rewards it, the people like it, but again, you got to just kind of be willing to like do that. You got to go to a whole new city and just go like, oh man, I don't have no thoughts of my own that I want to present. I'm just gonna ask them a bunch of shit,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully their lives are so interesting that
Interesting.
I'll, yeah, weave some stuff. So that's cool too. That's cool when someone does it. I just think when it's organic, I like it more like that. Like when, so for me, yeah, you're right. I don't come up and go, hey man, where you guys from? What are you
Yeah.
guys doing? How do you guys know who's doing what? Like I have no questions. Genuinely, I'm not I'm not interested. I got the thing. I'm like, man, I hope this new thing I'm saying is funny. I hope they get it. And then when it gets good, and then somebody interjects,
Mm.
then I like, yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute, okay, let's. Or if I'm doing something, then I then you could start paying attention, and then if whatever happens organically, if some for me, but a lot of these seem forced, and it does seem like it doesn't seem like a good time to me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it looks like I guess people are having a good time, but then again, I don't know. It's like 1 minute clips, so maybe there's lulls they cut out.
Yeah, I would say there's definitely lulls. Like, listen, when I go to a comedy show and I'm just sitting there quietly watching and you start talking to me, I get fucking angry. I'm like, listen, dude, I'm not part of your act. I came here to listen to your jokes, not be part of the show. Dude, it's the worst fucking feeling, especially if you have a woman with you, okay? Because they will
Yeah.
always mock you in front of the woman that you were going to try to fuck later. These cock blockers, I hate them. I hate this. Let me get
Yeah.
pussy. Fuck that. Dude, I've had this happen like where, dude, Jesselneck did it to me. Fucking Jesselneck did it to me at the UCB. I'm there with a girl. We're in the front row.
Ah, shit. Oh
Oh, it
man.
sounds like a good
Oh,
stay. Yeah, he was right about to hate.
I think it's because you
About to
said
get fucking made.
Jesselnick.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you guys with me?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
back. We're
Jesselneck
back.
has some very powerful friends.
Yeah.
Jesselneck has some powerful friends. No, but anyways, so I'm with this girl, and Jesselneck goes, "You guys together?" And she goes, "No." She basically just didn't want to be talked to, but then he took it to be like, "Oh, you don't want to fuck up," and it's brutal, brutal.
Yeah.
Oh
And
man,
then
no,
I
there's
can't even be mad. I by the way, I can't be mad at Jesselneck because he smoked me out one time and he didn't say a single word to me, and I was like, this is the coolest interaction I've ever had with the headliner. He didn't try to brag. He didn't
oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
he didn't try to
Yeah,
fuck
that's
me or
good.
anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just
Oh
smoked me out,
yeah.
and then I said
Oh yeah.
thank you and I left. And that was that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
just
you gotta
I
weigh
got
both.
I got mixed feelings about Jesselneck, but whatever.
Well,
Yeah, man. No, yeah, you're coming from the honest place, man. I was being, delicate with it, but it's really assault, if we're gonna call it
Yes,
something. It's
yes,
assault.
it's
It's assault
abuse.
with a deadly weapon, with a microphone. You have amplified voice, and bull is bullying. It's You know, unless you lose in it, unless you somehow lose in this exchange or you make it fair, somehow that person's an idiot or an asshole, and the girl doesn't want to fuck him, and oh, you guys ain't really friends, you were enemies, and you want to get divorced from her. You're just poking out bad juju on everyone and making people, tricking them into laughing at it, you know.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, yeah, there's a lady, man, she goes and she be like, oh, look at this group of, if it's a group of 4 dudes, she'd be like, look at these faggots. And it was like, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, these dudes pay money to come here and they didn't come to see you, and then you just go and call them faggots. What? That's crazy. But you can say that because you're a lady. Like, what the fuck kind of sense? Be like, my best friends are fag, and then where's all my autistic, retarded people? And then they go, those are the best people in the world. It's like, what is this?
Yeah.
You just call people. You just call people. You diagnosing people, calling them gay, making, and then it's like, oh, they're all the best, and you're like, this is got to stop, man.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah, you
listen.
know, you're right.
If they're not heckling, you cannot be abusive to them. That's the way I feel. Because I feel like the audience turns against you too. They're like, "Why are you being so mean to that guy? He just wanted to get laid. He just wanted to
You
hang
know,
out with a
no, you know,
girl."
but that's the thing though. The audience, you know, sometimes you can't give them that credit, that much credit, because the audience is wrong, man. They can be wrong,
Hmm.
like the
Hmm.
radio or something. Like, that's the best music. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like on the radio, you know, the pop, all the stuff that's a lot of stuff that's super popular. Some of it is just good, and then some of it you're like the crowd. Well, but I never get mad at the artist. I'm like, the crowd, you guys like this shit. You know,
Mm. Yeah.
you like this shit. There's a lady who, oh man, speaking of bully, there's a comic lady who was, I've seen guys do it too, so I'm not picking on the shit. There was a guy who did it. That shit was so funny. He came up and he was like, "Oh man, so you know, you probably a liberal. You know, you probably you know, some kind of, you know, tranny love." And the lady was just like, I don't even know you. Like, I didn't even say anything. And the guy was like, "Oh, you have kids. You probably aborted them." And it was just the craziest assumptions that were unprovoked.
Mm.
And it's like, oh, let me paint this person out with buzzwords and to get into this snake oil I gotta sell. And it was just, this is not what, yeah, you're bothering this person.
Hmm.
They came here, unless they are thwarting the show, they're sitting there doing nothing, man. And or you start asking them questions, and then it goes all out of, you started this, you know, as a comic. Yeah, the crowd didn't go there, but some
Yeah.
shows they do. They you know, if that's your thing, you're like, you know, but there's some people who do it right, and it's rare, but I like Alfred.
Mm.
Um,
Alfred.
His last
Not
name
not.
starts with a K, right?
Oh, Alfred Quinones.
We were, I
No.
think we were on a show with the guy that he's talking about, Chris.
Alfred
Really?
calls the girls couples up, come to his
Oh,
stage.
Alfred Robles. Yeah. Yeah.
Robles,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we don't know that guy, but yeah, I know that.
I
I know
do.
him. Yeah,
you
I
yeah,
know
know
him.
him.
Yeah, Chris knows
I
him.
know him on
Yeah.
social media. I'm sorry, I got confused with a different guy.
Mm.
Yeah, that Alfred, man, he's funny when he's doing his own thing, and that's just part of his show, where it's like the people are involved in a cool way, in a different way. So it's an experience, you
They
Hmm.
know.
also they know when they're going in that that's the show too.
Right,
That's a
right.
big difference.
That's a
Right.
big difference too. Yeah, Matt Rife is the same. It's like people expect that, and he, you know, he that's, so it's a consensual situation, you
Right.
know,
But
where
not everyone does it that way.
not everyone, yeah, not everyone does.
Yeah.
I was doing good last night, and some lady goes, but I was running the light. I did that show, that Gateway show, where you're sober first half, and then you take a intermission and
Mm.
you smoke a joint, and then you do the
Mm-hmm.
second half. And you know, yeah, man, I was doing good, and some lady, she started talking, but I was like, I'm not gonna tell no one not to talk, because I'm high right now. I'm unprofessional. Like now,
Mhm.
it's not like my suit and tie is loosened up. You can talk, but I was like, but she was talking through the other comics too, but I was like, every time you talk, you don't say nothing funny though. That's the
Yeah.
problem. That's the
Uh-huh.
problem. I was like, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but you're not funny. That's one thing it is. So, and then I was being funny. I was just doing the right things, and I was having a lot of fun. And she goes, "What's your sign about that stupid shit?" I go, "This is
Oh,
shit that women that I said shit that women make up to excuse their bad behavior. Be like, I
yep.
fucked my boyfriend's, brother. You know how Sagittariuses are, or
Yeah.
I can't do this and that. I said, you just always do something fucked up and then blame your sign. So I'm riffing and I'm having fun, but I was like, oh, these ladies are cool. They were from San Diego, and then I was like,
Mm.
oh, I'm running the light, man. I should get out of here. And they was like, no, don't leave. And then she goes, yeah, go, leave. I said, you don't threaten me to a good time. Like, if you don't want me on here, no fucking problem. And then people were like, nah, man, fuck her. So the people decided,
Mhm.
but I never started it. I went to going, hey, lady, you got a lot to say. What's up? Blah, blah, blah. I
Right,
was
right.
doing my thing. So I was like, I call it, my mind works in all these movie scenes. So like there's a scene in Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Mm.
That's the
You know
second
that
time
movie?
someone's brought this fucking movie up on the podcast.
Does everyone
How?
bring it up?
I brought it up. How have you
Yeah.
seen it? This is the most obscure movie.
I only know obscure movies, man, from I know damn near
Apparently.
every one of those movies from the 90s. And I love that movie because as a kid, how old are you?
Me too, dude. I
Yeah.
don't want to say my age.
Oh, but you're in the
I
eight,
want to
you
create the. I look younger than I am. Let's put it that way, my friend. Wink, wink.
okay. So
I always thought you looked
it
older, but
Really? How
nah.
old do you think I am, Chris? Jesus Christ! I thought you were 100 years old. You old motherfucker.
Yeah.
he goes, I'm 23. You go, damn.
Well, okay,
He
so
goes,
Anyway, go
damn.
on.
He goes,
well, I just want I
I've
want to
been a
say
crazy
I
23 years.
I think we're all in the same age bracket because you must have watched it on HBO because that's where I saw it when
Oh
I was a
man, I
little
watch it
kid.
all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I would watch the same movie over and over again, man. My brothers hated it because if you had the control, you had
Yes,
power. Like, but you
yes.
if you
You should.
if you left the room, you got to give up control. Yeah, you had all those rules, man.
Dude, you leave
You had
the
those
you left
rules.
the room to go to the bath. I have sisters, so you leave the room to go to the bathroom. Now, fucking Grease is on TV.
Oh,
We weren't watching
Oh
Grease.
yeah,
God
yeah.
damn
You can't
you!
risk it.
Yeah.
I'll just pee in a cup. You go, fuck this, man. Pee in a water bottle, and
Dude,
I watch.
you got to be a TV tyrant, dude. A TV
Oh,
tyrant. You're like, I'm
I
watching
watch.
Searching for Bobby Fischer right now.
I would watch Search for Five Bit. Then I watch Twins. If it came on, I go, "Oh, Twins is
Yes.
on." I
yeah.
go, "Guys, this is a classic." I can't not watch this. And like it's on marathon today, man. You just watched it. I was fucked up, man. And then whoever is bothering me the most, when it's my time to give up control, I give it to their enemy.
Yes.
Like you go, hey, you go like this, hey, here's your enemy. You go, he's got it. Who hates this guy the most? You got it, and you leave a hero, man. You go, I've done my part. So
Dude, you got to write
yeah,
a bit
man.
about this. You got to
Yeah.
write a bit about this because it's so relatable. You know what my
Yeah.
dad would do? My dad was an evil fucker. He would sit on the couch and only watch racing like NASCAR or westerns. So all these girls that lived in my house had no desire to ever sit and watch TV with him. I don't know.
Oh
You're a
yeah,
dad too. You need to
good.
remember that little tip. Whenever your kids
No,
are annoying the
no,
fuck out of you, just turn on a western.
dude. I like westerns though. I like westerns,
Hmm.
Oh, me too.
and
I love him. I would watch him with my dad.
yeah, no, man. I put a French film on subtitles. If I really want to get nasty with it, man, and completely
Yes.
different than like
Mhm.
the Grand Blue. Like I know there's certain movies that part of my childhood. Like yeah, The Search for Bobby Fischer. The coldest scene is when Ben Kingsley is like, it's like, hey man, don't even look at the board, and he slaps all of or the papers. It was the papers. He was like, if you win this, you get the certificate. And so the kids thinking, oh, I got to get a certificate. And Ben King's like, man, fuck them certificates. This is what it's really about. You know, it
Mhm.
was. And then so during the game, he's beating the kid, the mean Russian. It's always a Russian that they made.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Russians,
always.
yeah. He's a demonic, evil 7-year-old Russian who they gave the kid to the grandmasters just to abuse and just train on chess. And then he sees the game and he sees he has them in 7. He goes, hey man, let's just shake hands and call it a truce. And the
Mm-hmm.
kid's like, what? He was like, let's just call it a truce. And that's where it was like, oh yeah. So I always keep that scene in my head. I'm like, dude, let's just call it a truce because I'm gonna beat you. It might take
Mhm.
6 or 7 moves, but you're gonna be the only one leaving here, giving this a 1-star review, and it's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Shake
Mhm.
the hand, bitch. Shake my fucking
Yeah.
hand and call it call it square. So, and then when they refuse the hand, then you get to cook, and then people are on your side because they know it's all on the record.
Mm.
If I'm not being funny, you got a right to heckle. In my opinion, you pay
Yeah.
money, you got a right to heckle. My brother used to heckle when I first started. He used to heckle, not me per se, but he'd be in the back in Fresno whenever I did my shows in Fresno, and he'd have I got the bar unlimited booze. We got Hennessy and shit back then. Niggas like to drink Hennessy. So they're drinking in the bar. He has his own sidebar with a comedy show going if someone's not funny
Mm-hmm.
on stage. And
I love it. That's my vibe,
real.
dude. That's what I want to
Oh,
do
it was yeah. He wasn't.
too.
When someone's funny, that's yeah. You just wanted. Dwayne Perkins showed me that too, man. Dwayne Perkins, one of my favorite comics. Like we did a casino gig, and they were rowdy because it's a casino.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no like. There's a curtain, and you're by the slot machines and shit, and they were like, we don't got it. And I was not a good comic too, first starting, so I wasn't strong, man, and I'm like trying to talk to those people, and I just was I came off instead of just being funny. I try to talk with them and do that bullshit, let them dictate it. And I did, I failed. And then Dwayne went up and started just being funny. And he wasn't going, hey, what's up with you guys? He just was like,
Right.
here's some jokes. And then they slowly they got quieter, and then he had them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like it was cool technique of like, oh, I'm not gonna just go to the fire. I'm gonna set something up over here, and they'll put it out for themselves because what I'm saying is funny. So
Right.
I think I always want to think like that, like what do I have to say this moment for the next whatever time that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
For so that per se, then man, I hope I asked the right person some questions, and I hope they say something funny. Like that
Yeah,
Right.
that
sounds
sounds scary to
fucking
me.
crazy. That sounds scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I never let the audience dictate what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? I'm the boss. It's the one time in my life where I'm in fucking charge and there's no denying it. Everyone knows I'm in charge and you have to listen to me. So when someone's disruptive, and you're right, if they say something, if a heckler says something funny, I laugh it off and just move on. But man, if they say something unfunny, I'm gonna fucking be vicious, dude. Like I wrote jokes and I like spent like 2 hours today memorizing the jokes and listening to a recording of myself talking so I could
Mm-hmm.
tell you these fucking jokes. And you
Yeah.
yelling that it's your birthday. It's your birthday or you're getting married. I don't give a flying fuck. I didn't write any jokes about your birthday. Okay.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
arrogance of you to think I give a fuck about your fucking birthday. Do you know how many dicks I sucked to get on stage tonight? You sucked 0 dicks. I don't care if it's your birthday. All right, sorry guys.
I know.
That's what comedy's really like,
I'll
though.
let you roll. Let you rock, man.
I mean, but
Yeah.
it's not even about literally sucking dick. You have to suck up to all these people you hate and pretend to be nice to them because they're the booker or they work at the club. So I have to go. I have to go out and metaphorically suck a bunch of dicks to trick them into letting me get on stage so I can kill like I always do. That's not enough. Killing and doing a good job is never enough. There's also a little bit of wanking. You gotta wank them off a little bit. And by
That's
the
so
way,
funny,
Dino,
man.
I'm over it. I
Yeah.
spent so
Hey,
many hours smoking weed at the Comedy Store. I'm done. I'm not anyone's friend anymore. Okay, I
well,
smoke weed alone.
yeah, man, yeah, I think there's a certain point, man, where the algorithm, I was talking to my friend about this, like the algorithm, we've been chasing it when really it's feeding off us. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like once you go, wait a minute, I'm the guy, I'm
Mm-hmm.
the sauce, that the algorithm is feeding off, then you probably start doing different things. Because if everyone's doing it that way for those reasons, obviously it's like that's not the cutting edge way to do it.
Mm.
That's part of why I'm up here, man. Like, you were joking, but in Jess, you were being honest. I don't want to kiss nobody's ass. I mean, I'm professional now. I'm way more professional as far as like, yeah, I'm gonna come and do the job. I'm not, yeah, we're in the funny business tonight, but yeah, the kissing ass, meet you, shake your hand. I don't have no other small talk besides that. And then when I get on, I'll let that do the talking. And
Mm-hmm.
then, yeah, and then also the older you get, the less you want to smoke weed with somebody.
Yeah.
Especially if it ain't just like, yeah, just somebody that you really have a fun time with, and so that's the perk of this game. So if we squeeze out every fun moment, it sucks. And then on
Yeah.
top of
Yeah.
that, you get on stage, you go, "Where you from?" Here's the mic. You've literally done nothing. You've done all this. You chose this life to do that. You go, what? This is crazy. Like, I like my imagination and the now I want to let people know even more what I think and
Mm-hmm.
the crazier stuff, not just the stuff that works. That's the challenge of like, I know, all of us know how to make something work, but
Mm-hmm.
do you but what do I think that they don't know yet, or that, what can I like reveal to them
Mm.
in a funniest way, because yeah, my comedy is a lot about is about me,
Right.
and then there's stuff that happens, there's current event stuff, but that stuff is never sticking. It's just, good
Yeah.
for the
That's
algorithm, maybe. Yeah.
maybe.
But
Yeah.
when you could say something that, if whatever joke I'm doing, I'm like, what does it say about me? That's what
Mm.
I try to think. Like, what does it say about me, my take on this? And if I could know that, then I feel like, oh yeah, okay, cool. This joke is funny, or people been laughing at, but also it has there's some extra little juice to it. There's something there, because
Right.
just having, what do you got to say? What do you have to say? Like some comics, I'm in a great place with comedy, man. Like I actually watch comics. I go to the show and watch. People never watch, and then you get off stage and
Yeah.
go, "Hey, great set." And
Yeah.
you always be sitting there and talk. They talk the whole way through it to you,
Mm-hmm.
and then the guy comes down. This happened to me. He goes, "Oh, great set," and then I go, and then I see him shake. He shakes the lady's hand. And I look at him, this is my friend. He goes, and I know he was outside. He didn't hear a word of it. And he
Yeah.
goes, great set. And then he was like, she goes, yeah, really? And I said, yeah. I said, really? I said, which section did you like the most?
Well, safe bet. It's when she talked about her vagina. Is a
Yeah,
safe
yeah,
safe bet.
yeah,
Safe bet. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
if you ever,
He didn't think on his feet. He
yeah,
just was like, he goes, I didn't see any of it. And then that was funny. I was like, yeah, you just gonna, damn, man, you gonna lie like that? How many times have you lied to me then?
probably every
Bold
time.
face. Probably. So
Hey,
that's the
have you
whole
ever
thing.
wait, have you ever had a set where you felt like you bombed and then a comic came up and said you had a good set afterwards and you're like, are you joking? Are you trying to fuck with me right now? DJ
Oh,
Doug Pound, is this a joke to you?
yeah. Yeah, totally,
You just
man.
watched me eat
That's
my
a
lunch, dude. You just watch me
that's
eat
the
my
kiss.
lunch. You say I did a good job.
It's Judas's kiss. Is when Judas kissed
Yeah.
Jesus on the cheek. It's like, I'm not coming here to show you love, man. I'm coming here to betray you.
Yeah, dude, the time I'm talking about specifically, I walked right off stage and he just walked up to me backstage. I was like, how did you even see the fucking set, motherfucker? You certainly didn't hear laughter from behind the fucking stage because there wasn't any on stage.
you know, but there's rare when comics do mean it, but they'll let you know, like Vinny Oshana. You know, remember Vinny Oshana?
Oh man, I've met so many people.
It's all good. He was doing comedy.
See the guy with the beard?
Too. No. He was like hella animated. He's a Syrian or something, and he was Damon Wayans Jr.'s roommate and friend. And
damn.
I mean, I'm just
what the hell is Damon Wayans Jr. having a roommate for? What the fuck is that about? Hey, Damon Wayans, pay for your son to have his own room.
Well, you know, yeah, he got him he has a career though, so he didn't do that thing where he gave him. That's what Damon Wayans.
I'm just kidding, but you're exactly right. The Wayans brothers were.
I'm glad
all of them had careers. Yeah, and it's because of the way that they did it. Yeah.
They really don't. Yeah, they don't skip around the funny, man. And anyways, Vinny, he's on that Patrick Bet David podcast now. Do you know that?
Yeah. We're here to talk about. I'm like, all right, bro. So the very deep voice for how serious you are.
Statistics here, you know. I got some the numbers to say, you know, it's 3 people over here and 4 over there. You know what he's always a number. He's selling snake oil on the good double time. Yeah. He's always talking some shit, you know, selling the you gotta have the conservative values, you know, it's valuetainment.
Yeah, that's what his thing's called. That's what his company's called. So yeah.
It should be the logo should be a snake and an oil can for valuetainment. You say you sign up, you get this new limited edition. You get a notepad and a pen to write some fucking jokes. You know? You can write anything you want. A business plan. He's always selling business. You know, guys who sell business. They sell business to other people, man. That whole game. So, and they're concerned. They tell you how to live. People are funny, man. Like, people are funny. People, I think, they love a good cult and they need a leader and they pick. So
they want to follow someone. That's so true.
They want to follow someone, man. So that's why the people be mad at Joe Rogan, because they're like, oh man, why are people following them? I want people to follow me. And it's like, you don't, you know, you don't have nothing. You're not bringing a lot to the table. At least Joe Rogan is bringing guests, you know, from different fields and stuff. You don't, but that doesn't mean believe anybody. Just you know, is a conversation interesting to you? Everyone looks at those kind of things very binary, very like it's either this or that. And that's my whole thing with I don't do no politics comedy, not because it's scary or dangerous or hard. It's the lowest form of comedy, in my opinion.
Right. I agree, yeah.
It's there, then it's where you from and where you guys and why you guys here. But it's like,
what's your political beliefs?
What?
What
you mean? I came here to have a good time. Yeah. This is a bummer, man. Like, you know, and yeah, I'll dabble in it just to get to what I really want to get to, but it's, you know, binary. Like you have to think on this side or that side, you know.
Right.
It's pretty, and it's a rally thing where everyone has to already agree with you.
Right. You know? Yeah. I don't want a bunch of applause for the words I say. I want laughter.
Yeah, man. You know, exactly. I don't, this isn't the time.
I want China. I want China to leave Thailand. That's my cause. That dude, it really drives me nuts. Like they go up there and they're like, there'll be like an Indian comic and they'll be like, you know, these Pakistanis. And you're like, I don't fucking know any fucking Pakistanis. And no one else in the audience knows what the hell you're talking about with regards to the very specific problem that is happening in the Middle East. which does not fucking affect anyone in America. Dude, trust me, or the people that are either pro-Israel or pro-Palestine. Yo, man, I don't pick a side when it comes to people that want to murder me and destroy my way of life. Fuck both of them. How's that fucking sound?
Man,
should we end the podcast soon before I get us in trouble?
I just got a call from a certain fellow.
Anthony Jeselnik.
Yeah, Anthony Jeselnik just said, "No, we're gonna quit the stream."
See, man, Jared Kushner pulled out of my special now because of this shit.
Yeah. Don't worry, everyone.
He was gonna buy.
We need to tell the guests every time that you just blame me whenever there's a problem. Because when I had a podcast at the Comedy Store, of all the black, we told every comic you can say what you want. So all the black comics said the N-word like a bunch of times. They to the point where one of these episodes got deleted by YouTube. But somehow I got in trouble. I didn't say it. I should get in trouble if I'm white and I say it, but black guys can't get in trouble for saying it, right? What is good? Like, I don't know. Just blame me is what I'm trying to say. I'm the scapegoat. I said it.
You know, but see, this is the thing though, is that just your thoughts are yours and yours alone. And,
right, yes.
But for me to go, hey man, don't say that, and you know, it's like, what? You're a grown ass adult, man. You can say whatever you want to say. That doesn't, doesn't affect everybody. Yeah, that's like if I was talking about the Tutsis versus the Zulu
Tutsis.
warriors, the Tutsis. What's going on? What about what's going on with the Tutsis? And the like you, because even when you do want to pick a side, it has to be the mainstream side. Like it was Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, but no one was talking about the Tutsis.
Right? Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, why are they not as important?
Yeah, justice for the Tutsis.
Or not. I don't know what they did. I don't know if
they might suck. We don't know.
Oh, true.
We don't know what they did to provoke whatever is going on.
We just offended somebody. I don't know who, but we offended somebody. But I do want to
wait. I want to say this about Dino because I really appreciate what he said, because you're right. I don't know how to fix the problems in the Middle East. And so when you inflict this talk on me, it's just annoying and frustrating. It's like, how do you make people stop bombing each other over religious beliefs that they've had for 2,000 years?
Yeah, it's not a conversation. It's tough to do that. It's not even tough. It's just like, all right, you chose that side, but everyone in this crowd, they got a right to think how they want. Is it funny? Is it brave what you're doing? There's a lot of brave comedy. They feel like, they take that on themselves, but I don't feel like who said that? Like Whitney Cummings or somebody was talking about a comic's job is to push and then Gil go on there and talk about the bullshit she talks about. Men are fragile, and if you touch them, they'll break. And it's like, what? That's what is in the category of being some kind of modern day, person.
Philosopher. It's a philosopher. Yeah, I love it.
You it's like, I'm taking a stand. It's embarrassing. It's not genuine. But someone's got to do it, man, and that's their snake oil. They want the good guys. That's why I like the low road, man. I like the low road. Just everything about that is where the colors I like to paint with, man, and so I like the real flavors of life, man. And so like the gas town when you was talking, or that area, East Hastings, it's a certain thing where you go, man, something, you need a little flavor. You need the streets, man. You could push that to the side and not want to. No one wants to really deal with it, but then they want to get on here and talk. Like Whitney Cummings wouldn't give a refugee her copy of her keys to her house.
Oh no!
Like people who, not to say that that's her thing, but anyone who's virtue signaling, make a copy. Move them in.
They won't, of course.
And we be reading about you getting your head cut off, your head's in the oven. You know what I mean? I'm not
Uh,
saying just on immigrants, but just anybody. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't want
yeah.
to act like I'm, anybody could be hella crazy, man. And I don't know. I
Yeah.
try to, yeah, I try to keep it funny though. I think in these, especially because on these times, man, you gotta take a stand and all of that shit. It's like, yeah, man, but that's not our business. That's not
Mm-hmm.
their business. Your stand, and not with during comedy
Right.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Right. I
it's
treat it
trying to
separate.
be keep it yeah, or it's just like be so funny, but it's not. It's never funny. It's just
Either
virtue
it can.
signal.
Yeah.
Yeah, virtue signaling, and that's. I like yeah, that stuff isn't. I want refreshing, funny shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know.
Yeah.
don't think that comedians are. I don't think comedians are supposed to be good people either. I feel like we function as weirdos that can say stuff that normal people can't say, or they'll get fired. You
Mm-hmm.
understand?
You
Like,
know what? But I'm gonna give you some pushback on that. I think that part is we have to be we have to be at least, yeah, not a good person, but just like you have to be genuine to some degree. If you're gonna grab a mic, like, you got to be honest to some about what you are, who you are, why you're doing it, some level,
Mm-hmm.
because the other people, because they didn't get the mic, they came. We were bold enough to say, come listen to us. So you should have like, you know, yeah, if that you should be a little bit more at least thoughtful, then because you were
Right.
collecting everyone's thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
you know you
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
be a little bit more thoughtful. It's to be You can still be a piece of shit, but at least you're
yeah.
thoughtful about it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? like like you
definitely.
know what you're doing,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, uh, Dino, I feel like this is a good place to end. Be a piece of shit, but thoughtful. Um,
Be a thoughtful piece of shit. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, try
because
to be. I'm saying you could try to be good. I don't know a lot of good guys, man. Like even the
no,
goodest guys be
yeah, there,
they're worse
there's,
than just thoughtful. So
yeah,
I'm just saying, if you're everyone's a piece of shit.
yeah. Everyone
Yeah.
has their days, but I will say, is there anything you'd like to promote, or like your social medias or anything before we go?
No, man.
Yes.
People, that my name's on there, man. I'm doing a soft sell. I'm in
Okay.
my soft sell era, man. It just don't feel right, man. I saw a comic do the set, and at the end of it, it just turned into just a 5 minute, hey,
Yeah,
everyone pull out your phones.
yeah,
And
I've seen
then
that. Uh,
that one was crazy work. Pull up the inst and it was like Jim Jones in the Kool-Aid. It
yeah.
felt like that. It was like everyone drink this Kool-Aid, and they
Yep.
just did it, and it was like, this is fucking crazy. So, yeah, man, people could find me just, Dino Archie.
Okay.
But man, pleasure talking to you guys, man. That
Oh
was
Yeah.
yeah.
really,
Fun.
really
We're
fun.
we're gonna need to have you back at some point.
Part two.
So,
Yeah, we got a
um,
part two coming.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Dino, you were great. You were great because I always go off on a tangent, and you brought it back to the subject at hand. We need more guests like you, to be honest with you, on this podcast. I get distracted. We just start talking about something totally random. So it's good
I
to have
I
you
dig
here.
that
So
though,
thank
man.
you.
I dig that. Yeah, I'm able to put things, categorize, and if I'm listening, those are like movies,
Mm-hmm.
twists
Hmm.
and turns, different plots, so keep rambling, brother. Keep on
Cool.
rambling,
Cool.
man.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank everyone that I want to thank the listeners that we had live, and please follow Dino. He's a good friend of mine, but also, a comic I always enjoy watching. So, to everybody, thank you
Likewise.
so much, and have a great night. Cool.